I'm chair of the Southport and West Lancs Prostate Cancer Support Group. And you think, oh, you're chair, so you're obviously an expert. No, I'm not. I'm only an expert in my experience. The experts are the individuals who experience prostate cancer in whatever way, because it's their story. But there's an actual scale, and that scale starts at 5. It used to start earlier on, but they started it at 5. If you've got prostate cancer, or a cancer that is at, say, 3 + 3, then it's a slow-growing cancer. And if you go to 3 + 4, 3 + 5, it's still slow growing, and it's more like watchful waiting. That's why a lot of GPs are very reluctant to do PSA tests on individuals, because they say you can't guarantee whether it's right. The best way is having a biopsy, but they're not going to do a biopsy on anyone who walks in because of the expense. The expense of doing a PSA blood test, I think at the time, was about 17 quid. It's probably a lot more than that now, and the health service couldn't afford it. So doctors are very much against it. But that's the way it is. Some people don't have a problem with PSA and yet have cancer. Other people have a problem with the PSA but don't have cancer. That's just the way it goes. And we will all, each one of us, as we get older, the prostate and the cells will die off and grow again. But they grow again, and they grow out of control. And the reason they grow out of control is because that's what happens when you get older. A lot of things that we have are out of control. They either fall off or fall in or whatever. But that's what happens. And it's this out of control growth that creates the cancer. Because us fellas, we don't want to talk about prostate issues. We don't want to talk about anything below the waist. We're very embarrassed. And yet, when I think about it, and all the support I had, people just talk about it. Fellas just talk about it. Well, nothing wrong with it. It's a problem you've got, and it needs to be talked about. And if more fellas talked about it and encouraged others who stand in the toilet like that, if they encourage them, go get it checked out, then they probably would get it checked out. If you get it checked out early enough, like me, they can detect a PSA. Not being well, having a urine infection causes the PSA to rise. If all these were taken into account and say, oh, it's prostate cancer, they'd be banging on the doors at the hospitals, thousands of people, but it's not. It's just that the odd ones, it is prostate cancer. And as soon as you mention cancer, there's that fear.